Good morning, everybody. Hello. Happy Sunday. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are new here, my name is Dustin, and this channel, Modern Metaphysicae, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. Today, we're going to hang out and we're going to do another episode of upcoming and new releases in tarot and occult books. So if you have any sort of interest in what is coming out soon, let me know. We're going to share all of the things that I have kind of earmarked or pre-ordered or am keeping an eye on when it comes to books and tarot. And I have a lot of books for you guys today. I'm pretty excited about that. It's so good to see everybody in chat. Everybody's the bets on like what mug I have it makes me laugh. You guys are so funny. Everybody's like, show the cup. A lot of you were wrong. It's the sun cup today. So I hope a lot of you guys have something yummy. There was talk of Dr. Pepper in the chat, which chat, guys. Dr. Pepper is ew. Dr. Pepper is like carbonated prune juice. That stuff is bleh, bleh. No, no, no. I don't like Dr. Pepper. Root beer, that's delicious. But no Dr. Pepper. Or coffee, like me, or some tea, or an adult beverage. Hopefully you guys have some snacks. There was talk of waffles, which I am very jealous of. But yeah, good morning, good morning. Oh, thank you, Elowen. Oh, as I dribble coffee all over myself. Thank you. Sun mug for Sunday. Yeah. He goes, show the cup. The sun mug. It is the sun mug. You guys are so funny. Root beer. Root beer is delicious. Oh my gosh. 15 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Root beer is delicious. I love root beer. It's yummy. All right. So yeah, I have a whole long list of stuff to share with you guys. As always, if you guys are interested in any of the stuff I'm sharing today, there are links in the description box down below. So if you're looking for it, be sure to check that out. It has all the good stuff. It has links to my social media as well, where you can reach out and connect, as well as a link to my personal website where you can book a tarot reading with yours truly. Let's see what else. Oh, this afternoon too, we are doing study hall, session 2 for our Thoth study hall, where we are reading together Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot by Lon Milo Duquette. And that's been a lot of fun. I'm really excited because the chapters that we are reading for today's like talk are pretty dense. And there's already been some chat in the Discord server about that. So that makes me really happy. If you guys are interested in joining the study hall, it's not too late. It is one of the perks available to all membership levels of Scarlet Metaphysicae, which is our channel membership program. It's a great way to help support the channel. And you get access to the community Discord server where we all hang out and talk about what mugs I'm going to be drinking out of, tarot decks. We post pictures of food and pets and gardens, and we talk about conspiracy theories, which is really fun. We talk, what else do we we talk about all kinds of stuff in there. It's a lot of fun. So if you're interested, check out the Scarlet Metaphysical link in the description box down below. Also, there have been some like membership gifting happenings flying around, and if you're interested in potentially receiving one of those, you do need to make sure that you have that feature enabled. And so if you click on the I think it's the little like dollar sign icon on the app or on YouTube, there should be somewhere that talks about enabling membership gifts, but that is a thing that you have to do, by the way. I've gotten a couple questions about that, and I just wanted to make sure. I don't have control over that. YouTube picks who they go to when someone gifts a membership, but you do have to opt in to receive them. You have to say, I'm okay, I'm willing to receive. So that is a thing. Oh yeah, the dragon mug. We talk about pottery and art. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. let's see here. Okay, so let's dive in because I've got a laundry list. Oh, and I did post the first part to my Thoth tarot collection where I went through all of my different editions of the Crowley Harris Thoth. And depending on how editing goes today, and there's a little, I actually forgot a deck that I realized while I was going through editing. I was like, hey, wait a minute, I never did this deck. So I need to go film a little chunk to insert in to part two so that I make sure I get all my decks for you guys. But part two will include all of my my other Thoth decks. So that will be coming soon. Hopefully, maybe tonight, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see here. As always, too, you guys, if you have questions or comments or anything you want me to read or see, be sure to do at Modern Metaphysicae in the chat. It highlights it nice and bright for me. Sometimes chat does get going pretty quickly, and I will occasionally miss things, and I apologize, but I promise I'm not ignoring you. And if you have a question, I will do my best. And if not, the moderators will make fun of me, and then they'll keep posting your question, and you can keep posting it as well. You won't get in trouble. Oh yeah, you also get behind the scenes little snippets of things when I'm working on stuff, which is really fun. I always post screenshots of like when I'm editing, and people get little like a little peek behind the curtain. Okay, let's dive in because holy crap, there's a lot of stuff. So we're going to start with books. I have a lot of books to share with you guys. The first thing I wanted to mention was the forthcoming page for Scarlet Imprint. There's a lot of cool stuff on here. The two things I am most interested in, my big face is hiding the title for this one. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit, is the Tarot of Marsilio. This looks amazing. It's Christopher Ponson's sort of opus on the Tarot of Marseille. It's, I believe, 3 volumes. It's going to be a 3-volume book. Very excited for this. Also, Modern Green Gnosis looks very interesting. This one was brought to my attention by Sir Early Ritual in chat right now. He brought it up in the Discord server, and it looks really, really interesting. Sussex Coils and Loops, cool. Not probably something I'm going to pick up. And Lucifer Praxis, cool, but again, probably not something I will pick up. But the other two, really excited about those, so I will be keeping my eye out for sure. Following that, we have The Owl's Eye by Troy Books. This looks amazing. This is Historical Charms and Cells. Okay, let's drink some coffee. Get the caffeine in the blood system. Make sure all brain cells are firing at maximum potential. All right, we're good. Let's try that again. Historical Charms and Spells from Traditional Fortune-Telling Books. I am really, really excited about this one. I think I mentioned it before, and I am pumped. I love old vintage fortune-telling books. They're some of my favorite. I actually have a few. Maybe I should do like a little video on those. That would be fun one day. But I love this kind of stuff. This looks really interesting. It has stuff in it that dates from 1685 to 1935 or so. It says, I like that little or so. But it's just this really kind of historical compilation of all kinds of interesting things. It, of course, is going to have multiple different editions. So there's a standard paperback. There's like this, they're doing like these icky glossy hardcovers, which are like their standard hardcovers now, which I'm not a fan of. And then the special editions, which we all know I love and adore. So I will be picking this one up. I'm very excited for it. It looks really interesting and very intriguing. This is a very special book that contains details about folk divinations directly from their sources with no modern interpretations. That was the thing that like really sold me on this. The hope is that by bringing these entries out of many old and out of print or hard to find books, these spells and old ways can be utilized once again by people seeking to know more about the of the mysterious and veiled pathways that once connected us to our past, present, and future. So if you stuck around the channel for long enough, you will know I am a firm believer and practitioner in divination and prognostication and things like that. And yeah, very excited for this one. All right. Next up, The Search for Truth by John Temple. I don't know why I said it like that. The caffeine's kicking in, I guess. This is an investigation in 12 chapters of the occult secrets in the Bible. So, having been brought up in a Christian family, not directly, in fact, my parents are not very religious, but my grandparents on both sides were, and I spent a lot of time with my grandparents when I was growing up because both my parents ran their own businesses. I was fascinated by religion, of course, and uh, I still remember reading parts of the Bible and Exodus and being like, that's magic. Wait a minute. Everybody tells me that's make believe, but this is saying that it's true. I'm confused, right? Um, so, Christian and Jewish mysticism is something that really is kind of the root cause of my interest in occultism, I would say. And so I really do love reading about Christian mysticism and uh, occult knowledge that you can find within the Bible and extant materials like the Nag Hammadi library and that sort of stuff. So I'm very interested in this one. Seems very well researched. Um, Cover design in that classic sort of purple that these guys do, which I really love, but I'm very interested in this one for sure. Yeah, they are a really good sort of new publisher. I'm really happy with everything I've gotten from them so far. So check this one out, The Search for Truth. All right, next up, we don't have a book per se, but a planner. Um, Kokorina recently announced their 2025 planner, which is named EYRA. We're gonna go with EYRA 2025. A journey to healing. This thing looks beautiful. Holy crap! I have Astria, which I love and use. This is my 2024. Love this thing. Really beautiful. I love these planners. They're just luxe. Two, there's a lot of really cool. Let me skip to a section I haven't used. There's a lot of really cool information included in these. And so I'm very excited to see what they do this year. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm fully on board on these now. They are my go-to planner for everything now. I just use this. I actually only use now, I haven't done like a planner video in a while, but I only use my Hobonichi weeks now to track business stuff. So for the boutique, potentially soon to be boutiques, plural, fun fact, spoiler. But I only track business stuff, so I track like business expenses and things like that in this, and that's really about it. Um, Everything else in my life goes into the big planner. So love these. Very excited for this one. Um, it looks really beautiful. I really like they're doing like corners on this one, which is cool as heck. Um, very cool stuff. Weekly tracker, which is neat. These are so cool. So, yeah, go pre-order this one. This one does look to be a little bit pricier than previous ones, but it looks like they've really stepped up their game in terms of materials. So be aware of that. It's beautiful. I'm glad they're only doing one. They were doing like two colorways before, and I just kind of like the one. I'm okay with that. Okay, next up, we've got Kabbalah, Astrology, and Tarot for Beginners. This one caught my eye, and I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. Marie Silva is the author. I don't know much about them, but I did research them, and they are an actual person, which is something you have to kind of be aware of now on Amazon, which is just wild to say. But this one, it looks really interesting, and it has a lot of decent feedback, both on and off Amazon, with regards to just sort of a beginner's primer on these topics with regards to tarot. So if you're someone who's looking to add these layers to your sort of tarot knowledge, this might be a good book to check out. I'm gonna have it on its way to me to form an informed opinion of, but on the surface, it looks pretty interesting. You learn about your natal chart, you learn about sort of Kabbalistic and Jewish mystic traditions, you learn about the tree of life. There's also, it seems, some history on the Kabbalah, how astrology relates to both Kabbalah and the tarot. So yeah, it looks really interesting. And there's like a whole series of books that this author has written. So check this one out if you are interested in this. If anybody in the community is watching and you have read this or have read anything by this author, let me know. I would be really interested to hear some more about this author and or this title or any of the titles in this person's repertoire. They've got like like 11 books published now. They don't seem to be very long books though, but yeah. Okay. Okay. This is where we're going to get, this is going to be a little bit of a long section. So Arcturus recently published their catalog for, so Arcturus / Cirrus here in the United States is a publisher, and they are releasing a number of titles this autumn, and let me just say they are knocking things out of the park, and it was really hard to pick what I wanted to showcase, and I just decided, F it, I'm just gonna pull up the catalog and we're gonna go through things together, because there's some really cool stuff in here. So we're finally getting the Crowleyan collection, which is in their beautiful sort of series of books that are kind of like, they're kind of doing like a similar thing to Taschen's Library of Esoterica, where they're publishing all these books in these like really nice deluxe bindings. And they're doing a collected works of Crowley's writings. So this one looks really interesting. I'm very intrigued. They're also publishing a number of mythology books. Looks really interesting, as well as a new edition of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. And I love the cover design. These cover designs are just great. This is all kind of mythology stuff. Lots of new mythology books coming out from them. A book about reincarnation, which caught my eye, by William Walker Atkinson. Very interested in this, so I'll probably be grabbing that one. Let's get into, this is history and reference. Okay, Mind, Body, Spirit, here we go. So another book that is coming out in that series is Dreamcraft, and then The Curious Lore of Precious Stones. This one looks really, I love crystals, and so I'm very interested in this. I am very intrigued by the book of practical Dreamcraft. Let me see if can I make this bigger for you guys? There we go. That's better. So very interested to see what that has to say. Natural Magic, another interesting title that looks pretty good. This one really caught my attention. The Nordic traditions come to life in this magical work called Norse magic. And then Egyptian magic, they're reprinting Budge's book on Egyptian magic. Um, Budge passed away in 1934, who was a very famous Egyptologist. But a reprint of this is interesting that they're bringing that back to life. So I will be picking that up. Um, Moon magic looks cool. 50 magic spells and meditations. Very interested in this. Like they're just like throwing all sorts of cool stuff at us. Um, the law of attraction caught my eye. If you're into homeopathy, this is kind of interesting. And then we're into journals. Okay, so that's all the stuff that's coming out from Arcturus, Cirrus, all kinds of pretty epic stuff. I did list a few links in the description box down below of um, the ones that are coming out sooner than later. So if you want to pre-order them from Amazon, you can grab them there. But yeah, their prices are always really reasonable, and the quality of their books are really good. They're really good. So, mm, oh, coffee. Just checking chat here, making sure I'm not missing anything. You guys are so funny. Okay, so next up, we're gonna talk about tarot and oracle. How are we doing on time? Let me see here. You guys in chat are out of control. Okay, we're good. We're halfway through. Whew. That was a lot of books. That was a lot of books. So tarot and oracle is a little bit light this month. There's not a lot coming out that's really catching my eye, to be perfectly honest. And there always is kind of a lull around this time in terms of like new releases, which, yeah, you know what, me and my wallet are perfectly okay with. But there are a few things that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. The first being the Cave of SYBIL, which is an oracle deck that is by Tira May, who did the beautiful Ritual Tarot, which I have done a review of on the channel. If you're if you're interested, this is the first edition. The second edition is a little different and a little easier to read, and the backs have the titles on them, so in a very hidden, clever way. But this looks like a very lovely oracle deck done in a very similar artistic style. Collage and just amazing, incredibly well done collage. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I do believe too she's offering a combo, yes, with the Ritual Tarot. So if you missed out on the Ritual Tarot and you want to pick it up, this is a great option to grab those. But yeah, this looks pretty freaking cool. I'm pretty excited about this. So definitely check this one out if you have not done so already, because holy crap, it looks good. It looks really, really good. So there's that one. We have Tarot Sirena. This is by Mr. Furborg, and his artwork is always amazing. This is a very like mer deck, and I don't really have any like mer people decks. I think I might have one. In fact, I think that's it. But this one looks really good. Um, and if you're looking for that kind of like watery mer folk style deck, this could be it. Like his decks are always really beautiful. Um, and the quality is always amazing. And so this one definitely caught my eye. I'm on the fence with this one. I'm not sure yet if I will be backing this one or not. It's on my remind me list because it just looks really good. It does have some very Greek mythological elements in it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it looks really cool. The artwork is gorgeous. And the one thing that I like about his decks is that his color palettes are really interesting. Like the choices of colors that he picks for his decks, they're always very unified, very intentional, and different, right? Which is, I think that's why I'm so attracted to a lot of his stuff. So I will be keeping a close eye on this one. So check this one out if you haven't done so already. Next, we've got the Moravia Tarot. This is a new release from the Vermilion collection. It's very kind of Art Deco, and it looks gorgeous. Um, yeah, it has kind of this like anime manga meets Art Deco style to it. Linen cardstock. It just looks beautiful. I'm gonna pick this one up just because I love all their stuff. I really do. It looks really good. Shiny gilding. Their deck qualities are always just so good. So yeah, a very aesthetic deck. That's the one thing I think the Vermilion collection people do really well is that their decks have a very distinct aesthetic that makes them their own, and that's what I really like about their stuff. Do I have any other? Oh, I do. I one of my favorite kind of what it's rapidly become like a workhorse deck. In fact, for me is this beautiful. This is the Retro Impressions Tarot from them, and it's probably close or similar to the cardstock that they're using for that. But I just love the quality and the design. This is like one of my favorite decks from them. So yeah, love it, love it. Okay, let's see here. What's up next? Oh yes. So I mentioned this way back when it was kind of first announced, but we've got some more information about it now. So I wanted to bring it up again, and it is available. The Pathwork Oracle. This is a deck created by a couple of people, but namely art by Anatarian, who we all know I love and adore. And it looks really interesting. So pathworking is kind of one of those catchphrases that, it's like pathworking and shadow work. There's many definitions to those concepts, right? But this one looks really interesting. The the keyword section, because they're not really keywords, the like sentences. I I don't know how I feel about this. Might be an instance where I just chop those off and I work with Anatarian's artwork. Um, it does seem to have a lot of Eastern traditions kind of embedded into it in terms of like Hinduism and Buddhism. Um, and it looks beautiful. I'm very, very interested in this one. It also has guided meditations, which I love. Fun fact, if you're someone who suffers from ADD or ADHD, meditation is probably one of those things that in your spiritual practice you're like, how the do people do this? Like, what the actual? Because I remember when I very first started getting into spirituality, and I did not understand. Like, I'm like, how do people quiet their minds? Like, I constantly have a running dialogue going in the back of my head. And one thing that I learned is that guided meditations, or specifically listening to specific kinds of like binaural beats, is really good for helping me to meditate with ADD, or with I have ADHD. So fun little factoid. Um, but yeah, this text looks really, really interesting. So I will be grabbing this one for certain. And then last, but certainly not least, Rockpool has released a new deck called Mythologia Fennica Tarot. This is based on Finnish mythology, which I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I don't think we've ever gotten a whole lot in terms of Finnish things. So this kind of struck me because I do have some like Finnish ancestry. Um and the artwork looks really interesting, really beautiful. Um I don't know how I feel about the borders, but the book looks good. The little excerpts on the book here look very interesting. But this is one that intrigued me, and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of want to get this just to explore it." Um, yes, this is an old deck that. So this deck has been published before, but it is being released in English. So it has been around for some time, but this is the first time it's being published in English. Yes. Um, oh, you do vintage? You have this one and you love it? Yeah. How is the guidebook? Is it, well, I don't know if you is the guidebook, the old guidebook good? I'm very intrigued by this. The one thing I want to know, one thing that I worry about with decks like this is like how much does it get into the mythology of things? Because if they just kind of gloss over that, like I don't know if I'm really all that much interested, right? But if they kind of really dig into it and give you a good idea of sort of the mythological references that are occurring in the cards, like I'm for that. Um, I am for that. So I was really intrigued to see this one uh pop up. Ooh, it is okay. Sold. Vintage Moon says that it's really good, so we're gonna get it then. Abs- all I need is that little nudge. So yeah, those kind of decks really interest me. I love learning mythology through like tarot lately. That's been something really interesting to me. Like learning about different myths and legends through tarot, through like really good guidebooks. I just love that. So those are all the upcoming and new releases that I had to share with you guys. We got through it all on time, which is wild. I was quite concerned that I was going to yap away at that one. It's hard to keep these videos sometimes reeled in, but there's a lot of really cool things coming out that I'm very, very interested in. So, as always, chat, if you guys have anything that you're really excited for, feel free to throw it in chat right now. We'll take a look at a couple of, we've got a few extra minutes here. If you're watching this on replay later down the road, feel free to throw the suggestions that you have. If you want to share something you're really excited about that's coming out soon in the comment section down below. If you do leave a link, just know I do have to approve those, but I do generally approve them as long as they're not like pointing at something weird. There is an Agrippa, yes. So Tom's mentioning there's an Agrippa thing going on over on Esoterica's channel, which looks really interesting. I think is it on his Patreon? I can't remember, but if you're interested in Agrippa, that looked really interesting. Unfortunately, I have to make sure I've got everything ready for um, Thoth Study Hall, so I will not be there. But Tom, I'm expecting you to take copious notes and share them in the Discord later. And Thoth Study Hall will be um, later today. Oh, it's public in a week. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, oh, good. Well, I'll just wait. I'll just wait a week then. There you go. Yeah, make a spreadsheet on it, Tom, please. Okay, thank you. Um, Inquiring minds want to know about the lamplight. Someone needs to buy. Oh, this? Well, that's been there for forever. That's just an old lamp that's it's just an old candle lamp that I've had for ages. Sometimes I light it for live streams and sometimes I don't. If the mood strikes me. And I was walking by and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna light this up today. But yeah, no, I've had that for that's been there for forever. For years now. I think I got that at a thrift store. I'm pretty sure I got that at a thrift store. um, yeah. Well, it depends on like because I do reset my camera every time I do live streams. So the camera sometimes is a little bit higher or a little bit lower, depending on like how I situate it for the day. So that could be too. Sometimes it might not be like in the frame. Um, so because when I'm not doing the live streams, I kind of push the cameras back so they're out of the way and I don't hurt them. Also guys, don't forget to like and share and subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really, really, really does help the algorithm monkeys. They love thumbs ups, or thumbs downs. Hey, if you want to do that, go for it. Um, and if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, so you don't miss any future content. Yeah, I don't think I've lit it in a while. I typically when it's hot out, I don't tend to light it. It's been pretty warm lately. It's actually decently okay today. So, I'm not like roasting. Yeah, so this is just it's a little tea light. So I get these little I just order them in bulk, but they're little like shot glass tea lights. That's what's sitting in there. You see these a lot in my like when I do membership readings or if I do when I do client readings. If you've gotten a client reading from me, you'll often see these on the table because I always, whenever I do readings, I always do a little like ritual cleansing opening before and after I do the reading. I don't do it on the video, but I do it as a part of those sorts of things. So I do it for when I do membership readings and I do it when I do client readings and things like that. Um, engagement is engagement. Patrick is now an Emma Moline stan. That's funny. Emma Moline's decks are gorgeous. I love her work. Her work is so amazing. If you're not familiar with who Emma Moline is, she is a tarot creator and author and co-host of the podcast. Um, uh, why am I blanking on this? Fortune's Wheelhouse with T. Susan Chang, who's another legend, and amazing. And if you've not listened to Fortune's Wheelhouse, you should definitely listen to it. It's good. It's really good. And I love hearing them talk about it. So um, I'm very excited for her new deck. But I love her decks. Her decks are amazing. Um, yeah, the Telos. We talked about the Telos, I think, in the last, um, the last. What's the word I'm looking for? The last episode was it the last one? But I don't know if I'm. I think that yeah, the Kickstarter is over for that now. So if you missed out on the Kickstarter, there is a website, um, which I'm assuming she will update with information on when um the decks become available. But this one looks amazing. Look at the art on this. Oh, it's so good. That Three of Swords. Oh my god, it's so good. Very excited for this one. Tabula Monday is amazing. Like, oh, it's so good. Surfer's Paradise, I recently got that in, and I actually was talking about it in my um in the second part of my Thoth Tarot video, but I did recently get that in. And it's amazing. It's so good. It's a little hard, a little tricky to get your hands on, but um it's really, really beautiful. Gorgeous Thoth deck. I love this Magus card. I'm very interested in the book. It's a couple slots down on my read list right now, but very, very interested in the book because you can get this really lovely. The production quality on this deck was, it was so good, but you can get this lovely guidebook with it, which I'm very, very interested in reading. So excited for this. You don't want to hurt your Tabula Money's feelings. That's so many. Yeah, he slowly painted it over a very long time. That's really interesting about the Facebook thing. I have not heard that or seen much about that. But there's nothing in the deck. I mean, I've spent a lot of time looking at that deck. There's nothing in the deck that's bizarre. Social media, I don't even. Ay. 120 years? Just how old are you? No wonder you don't have any hair on your head. Oh, Kickstarter. Interesting. That's weird. A couple of incarnations. That's so funny. All right. I'm not seeing much else pop up on chat, so we're going to get things wrapped up here so that I can grab something to eat and take care of a couple of things and make sure I've got everything organized and ready to go for Thoth Study Hall. If you're coming to Thoth Study Hall, be sure to pop by the Discord. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. As always, guys, thank you all so much, whether you're a viewer, a lurker, a member, all of you guys. I appreciate you all so very much. I really do. I really do. I don't think you guys understand how much I love these Sundays and hanging out with all of you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. If I'm seeing you later in Thoth Study Hall, I'm excited for that. And as always, guys, remember, everyone's fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind to one another out there, okay? Bye, everybody.